People often ask me, what is your favorite comfort food? And that's really pretty easy for me to answer that because there are two dishes that I love. I loved them growing up, and I'm going to share one of those with you today. Welcome to All Things Food. I'm John Woods, and I love to cook, but I cook to love. But I want to ask you one question, and you can comment below as we go through this video. What is your favorite comfort food and why? I want to hear all about it. See you in just a minute. I have two favorite comfort foods. One was chicken and noodles. My grandmother used to make that and my mother growing up, and I love chicken and noodles. But I really love any time of the year, summer, fall, I don't care when it is, wintertime especially, chicken pot pie. And I'm going to share with you a very simple recipe today. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to cook this in a cast iron skillet over here. And the cast iron skillet is wonderful for this dish. If you don't have this, you can just get a casserole dish. But we're going to coat it real good with some spray. And we have our biscuits over here. These are just buttermilk biscuits from the flaky jumbo biscuits from the store. Got these at Walmart actually. And this is my favorite thing to do right here. There's something about this that I feel like a kid at the candy store when I do this. Oh, I love that. Just something about that that just excites me. I don't know what it is. So I'm going to take these biscuits and I'm going to align the bottom of this cast iron skillet. That was pretty exciting actually, having those pop out like that. And you may not cover the entire bottom. It's not necessary. And I like to par cook these because if you try to cook this with all your stuff on top of it, I think you're going to have raw biscuits down at the bottom. And I've seen people do that and I don't know how it turns out, but we're going to go ahead and cook ours. This is one of the few times that I'm going to stick a cold skillet into a cast iron skillet into a hot oven, and you can watch my cornbread video to find out why that is. I'm going to make an exception this time. Usually don't use this skillet for this dish, but I wanted to do it today because it's so beautiful. So I'm going to stick this into a 350-degree oven. And we're going to cook those about 10 minutes until they get golden brown. But while that's happening, we're going to go ahead and finish the rest of our dish here. And this is so easy. So I just did a video on Ritz chicken casserole, and we made a homemade soup, cream of chicken, cream of celery soup for that casserole. And we had a little bit left over, and I'm going to use it in this dish, so you can go back and watch that video and figure out how to do this. But if you don't want to do that, just get you some good old canned soup. This is great value from the store. You can buy Campbell's, whatever is your favorite soup. I've got this bowl over here. We've already shredded our chicken. I'm going to throw that chicken in the bowl. And you can buy a rotisserie chicken at the store if you want to, if you don't want to go through all the trouble of cooking, but I needed some stock to make soup, so I made the chicken. This is a can of these mixed vegetables here. And drain these off really good. Get as much of the moisture off of them as you can. Toss those right in there. Nothing too complicated yet. And then we're going to take our soup that we've already made, or you can use your canned soup. We're going to dump all that right in there. It's only 3-4 steps so far. Something I need to point out, if you use the canned soup, get you some celery and onions and dice those, kind of a coarse dice, about a ½ cup of each, and saute it with some butter and add it to this. It'll make your dish much better than if you just didn't have that. So just a good point there to know. And look at that mixture. Isn't that just nice and just so beautiful looking? The homemade soup is the way to go if you can do it. But I tell you what, my wife makes this at home and she uses the canned soup a lot, and I just like it. I don't care how you make it. It's going to be really good. So we're browning those biscuits. We're going to set that aside, clean up a little bit, and we'll be ready to put it all together in just a minute. So the biscuits are out of the oven. I'm going to take these out of here, and I'm going to take a serrated knife, cut them right in half, put the top there, put the bottom back in. So I'm going to take our mix, put it right in here. Go ahead and get it all in there, then we'll spread it out. Pretty thick and hearty. You can see why this is one of my favorites. Take these and put them back on top. I'm going to take this foil and just spray it a little bit. We're going to cover this up because we don't want to cook those biscuits any more than we have to. Put this back in the oven probably, I'm guessing about 20-25 minutes. and then we'll come back and check on it. Remember, this is hot and it's heavy. And you probably noticed this over here while I was cooking. See this beautiful rich chicken casserole? Cooled down, but that just came out of the oven. Actually, what I did, we made 2 recipes out of one. This has the same soup base as this dish here. So if you're making a rich chicken casserole, if you're making this, you can do 2 casseroles or two recipes out of one soup base. So you're going to want to watch that video. You're going to love this casserole right here. All right, my favorite comfort food is coming out of the oven. I have it. That's pretty heavy, so grab onto it but with both hands, and look, it's boiling up around the edges there. Probably about 35-40 minutes on this, and putting the foil on it is the thing to do. So there you have it, my favorite comfort food of all time, chicken pot pie. I hope you try this recipe out, and if you do, hit that like button. It helps our channel. Hit the subscribe button so you can see these videos week after week, and share it with your friends. But above everything else, I want you to remember this. As part of all things food, I love to cook, but I cook to love. So my favorite comfort food is a good old, what is this called? Chicken.